Pinterest is the best place to go if you are looking for inspiration for a DIY project. However, it's easier said than done, and many people find out they are not as good as they thought. At least, they have exactly what it takes to make us laugh out loud. Make sure you watch this video until the end to know what truly happens when you put a baby in a pumpkin. Do you have any hilarious Pinterest fails of your own? Click the link in the description and send us your Pinterest fails for a chance to be featured in our next video. The string balloons. This project seemed really simple, and we couldn't wait to see these amazing results. These string balloons are a perfect decoration for your living room or a party outside with your friends. It looks fun to make, and then you can enjoy this beautiful decoration all summer long. Seeing one of our beautiful creations is a good way to make us smile every day. But unfortunately, for most people, the string balloons will only make them laugh. According to the instructions, you're supposed to soak the yarn in Mod Podge. Wrap it around a balloon and let it dry. Then, you pop the balloon, and the strings are supposed to stay in place to create a unique decoration. Unfortunately, these people were surprised to see that this is not what happened. They followed all the instructions, but we think that the only thing they missed is that they didn't wait long enough. That's why their artwork all fell apart when they popped the balloon, and we can totally understand why they were disappointed. If we didn't hear about this story, we wouldn't think that this weird and sad colorful thing was supposed to be that beautiful string balloon. At least there is one thing that they learned from this. Next time, they will use lighter strings and make sure that they wait a little bit longer before it dries. That's just a great reason to try again. The cartoon makeup. Pinterest is one of the best websites any makeup artist can use to find new ideas. No matter what you're looking for, you will always find a lot of beautiful looks that you can use as an inspiration to turn yourself into a beauty queen. However, don't think that all you need is an idea. You also need the skills, and that's why only professional makeup artists can really recreate the perfect look. So watching makeup tutorials on YouTube for the past month probably wasn't enough. You also need to practice. This time, a woman thought that this cartoon makeup was so easy that she wouldn't have to wear a costume. After all, when you first take a look at it, you think that you just need to draw black lines on your face and then add some dots. Then you can also wear big fake eyelashes and put on some red lipstick. But this woman found out the hard way that it was much harder than it seems. She drew dark lines at all the wrong places and just gave up before painting the dots. As she said herself, the result of this failure led to a truly inspirational dress of Frida Kahlo. We guess that she is just going to have to dress up as the famous painter for Halloween this time. We just hope that she won't be painting on anyone's face. The Hogwarts cake. Hogwarts School of Witchcraft and Wizardry is absolutely the best school in the world. Yes, it might be a little dangerous to be there when you can fall down the stairs, get lost in the forest, or meet Voldemort anytime. But is it still worth it? One of the things that we loved the most was the food. All the students had the chance to eat 3 delicious meals every day with more food than they could ask for. And we are wondering why we can't have the same thing in Muggle schools. We don't need magic to provide food for all the students after all. This is why this mother and her daughter decided to bring joy to everyone at the birthday party by baking a cake inspired by Hogwarts and the 4 houses. We don't know how, but they thought it looked reasonably easy to do. They thought that they could just bake 4 colored layers and insert frosting between them. However, the mother made one big mistake. She didn't follow the cake recipe in the pin and used regular yellow cake instead because she didn't think that the kids would like spice cake. That's probably what explains why it was not sturdy enough to hold the frosting. Now, it just looks like they dropped the cake on the floor. But as long as it tastes good, kids probably won't mind eating it. The cutout dress. Why buy new clothes when you can create a whole new outfit with old shirts that you have at home? That's a great way to save money and look unique, as none of your friends are going to have the same look. If the fashionistas on Pinterest can do it, you can do it too, right? This time, the model looked stunning with her cutout dress. It was perfect for a summer day at the beach or walking around town with our friends. We know we were not going to have the same perfect body by wearing the same dress, but we could at least aspire to look like her. According to the instructions, you simply have to cut a t-shirt in half and then tie it back together. It seems really simple, but as the young woman herself said, this is another one of Pinterest's dirty lies. After chopping up a t-shirt like a drunk toddler, she tied the 2 pieces together to create the illusion of a chic dress. Unfortunately, only someone who is blind could believe that she was really ready to party. She just looks like her clothes had been attacked by a wild cat. Next time, she will probably use a tighter, longer shirt instead of ruining an old baggy baggy t-shirt. We will have to agree with what she said. There's always more old t-shirts to slaughter. Just don't touch our clothes, please. The Easter eggs. Easter is the perfect time of the year to have fun with some eggs and paint them with every color of the rainbow. No one really understands why a rabbit would lay chocolate eggs that we would then have to find. What does it even have to do with Jesus? But let's stop asking ourselves too many questions. All that we care about is that there are candies to eat and fun to have. And what a better way to spend a Sunday afternoon than by dyeing real eggs with shaving cream? It looks like something a kid would be able to do, so why not try it? Unfortunately, those who tried this DIY were not able to explain what they did because they just didn't follow the instructions at all. However, they have to admit that they did dye a wall next to their craft table blue and yellow. That's at least one thing they can use to celebrate Easter. Unfortunately, when you look at the eggs, you just feel sorry for these people. Instead of being bright and colorful, they just look rotten. They had to admit that they will just get a real egg dyeing kit next time, and we think that's a good idea. At least they didn't waste the eggs. They will still be good for breakfast the next morning. The gingerbread house. Another day that we love to celebrate is Christmas, and holidays also come with a lot of days off to have fun with our friends and family. There are so many people that we want to see that we end up just sitting on the couch binge watching our favorite shows and drinking hot chocolate. But if there is one lazy thing that we have to do, it's playing with food. And by that, we mean making our own gingerbread house. A lot of kids do that every year, so it should be easy, right? There are even some kits that you can buy at the grocery store to make things easier. Then you just need a friend to help you while you put the whole thing together. Then comes the fun part when you can add a lot of candies to decorate your new creation. And there you go, you got a beautiful house. Unfortunately, not using the right ingredients ruined the whole thing. This person used a lot of ganache before they found out that it was not sticky. No matter how much ganache they added to their creation, the walls of the little house wouldn't stay in place. And this is how they ended up with this disaster. Let's get rid of this mess immediately by eating it. That's the only thing we can do. 4. The family picture. Pinterest is a must-have for anyone who is interested in photography. This is the best way to go find a picture that you will use as an inspiration and recreate something in your own way. It's crazy to think that you can capture a moment like that and make life look so much more beautiful for a moment. This couple was getting prepared for their family picture with their newborn and found this beautiful picture on Pinterest. They couldn't think of a better way to show their love for each other in a picture. All they had to do was to both kiss the baby on the cheeks at the same time. This is something that they do every day, so it shouldn't be that hard, right? The photographer had everything set to recreate this beautiful moment, but they quickly found out that someone was not really interested in this idea. As soon as they kissed their child, he started crying. As the couple said, their child was not as enamored as the kid in the original picture was. And when they think about what they are going to do next time, they think that they should not try it at all. But we can't really say that this is a Pinterest fail. That's because this picture looks even better than the original because it will always make them smile. 3. The flourless muffins. Anyone who is intolerant to gluten knows that it's hard to find something to eat during the first weeks after your doctor tells you about it. It seems like there is gluten in just everything, and if you had to accept the fact that there are many things that you are not going to eat anymore, like cereals, cake, or muffins, this is why some people came up with nice recipes like flourless muffins. This person was ready to finally eat a dessert that they didn't get the chance to taste for years. But it was too late when they realized that they didn't use the right ingredients. To make these muffins, they needed to use frozen bananas, but they had been saving it for bread, so they were probably too moist. This is how they ended up with these blobs that they can't really call muffins. They baked it for 60 minutes, hoping it would dry out, but it didn't happen. We don't even know how to call those, but it doesn't look like something we should put in our mouth. This is why they concluded that next time, they would buy the expensive gluten-free muffins instead. But we still have to admit that it must be difficult for anyone to bake something without gluten. So we can at least say that they were great for trying. The Elmo cake. What a better way to celebrate a birthday than with our favorite character on television. The kids will love it so much that they won't even want to eat the cake. And we have to admit, as grown-ups, we would love to see Elmo at our birthday party too. This is why someone knew that they needed to recreate this cake as soon as they saw this picture on Pinterest. And we think that there was already a little fail in the original picture. Don't you think that the shape between Elmo's legs is a little inappropriate? It took us a moment to understand that it's actually the number 1 and not something that only men have. Anyway, the second cake is just worse. This person tried to make bake this cake with Rice Krispies, but everything was just too heavy to stay up. We also think that they just didn't have the right thing to put the icing on the cake, and no, just pouring it on this poor creature wasn't the best idea. There was still some hope with the eyes and the nose, but they just ruined everything with the red icing. Now, Elmo just looks terrifying. There is no way we are going to be able to use him unless it's for a Halloween party. But if you need someone to take care of this cake, we are always here to eat it. The baby pumpkin. When the leaves start to fall and it gets a little colder outside, everyone knows that it's pumpkin time. We will drink pumpkin spice lattes at Starbucks, we'll carve one for Halloween, and we will bake a homemade pumpkin pie. People even love the pumpkin trend so much that they want to involve their child in this. Normal people would just carve a scary face in their pumpkin, put a candle inside it, and let it outside of their home. But these parents decided to carve their pumpkin to put a baby in it. We thought that it was a weird idea until we saw the picture on Pinterest and understood that it's really cute. Unfortunately, not every kid wants to be involved in this project. His parents did their best to make sure that he was comfortable by putting a clean rag in the pumpkin. Unfortunately, it wasn't enough for the baby, and he started crying. But his parents didn't care, and they took the picture anyway. We think that this young boy won't be proud of this picture when he grows up. He will probably think that he has the weirdest parents in the world. Were you a victim of another Pinterest fail? Don't be shy to tell us what happened in the comment section down below. We love to hear what you think. And that's it for 10 most hilarious Pinterest fails ever. For more stories like this, make sure you watch 15 genius examples of textbook vandalism by bored students. Thanks for watching.